fam? Welcome back to the Feed King Show Fridays special segment on the road again with my girl, my homie, my plus one, too tight, Tonya Jones.
What's up? What's up, BK?
What's up, too tight, Tonya Jones? Did you just press live on the gram?
I did just press live on the gram, and you see my head moving around, so you know I'm still like getting my life. But
Well, you look
but I
beautiful. I like the hair up, the ponytail. I see you. I
oh,
see
thank
you.
you, girl. You see ponytail? You see ponytail? Okay.
I see you giving us ponytail life. I see it. Yes, at least you have
Yeah,
hair. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad for having hair. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. So two
You see, I got
types.
hair.
I did. I said at least you have hair.
Oh my god, girl. You know what? See. You know what? So you know I'm over here, and I was trying to go live on the Facebook.
The
Um,
Facebook.
and you know what? It says it's going continue to Facebook. I did that.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Hey
We are.
y'all.
Hey yo.
Oh, I think it's working. Look. Oh, okay.
Too tight.
I'm so
Tony Jones
excited.
with the radical breath. Too tight. Tony Jones with the radical breath. She's a little new. She's a little new to this technology, but she's here. She is here now, y'all. She is here. Too
Well,
tight.
listen, y'all. I know how to do stuff, okay? Because all I need is some directions, and I make it happen. You tell
And
him, Fee King.
you know what? I just told him. I just told him too tight, Tony Jones. So too tight. Thank you for saying yes to the Fee King Show this special Friday. This is our traveling segment titled "On the Road Again." And wait a minute, do I not have a video for "On the Road Again"?
Yes,
OMG,
you
I
do.
do. You know what?
You
So
do.
check this out. Two Tight Tonya Jones has some graphic artist skills, and so she's going to lace the Fee King Show with a whole new video intro, specific and special for this segment. Can I get a boom shakalaka?
Boom shaka laka laka boom shaka laka laka boom shaka.
So Two
Yes,
Tight,
I
last
am.
time last time you were here, we talked
Mhm.
about traveling. We talked about staycations for those who need and or want to stay close to home, but they want to get away, decompress,
Mhm.
de-stress, maybe see some part of their city or their state that they've not seen before. And
Yes,
so,
we do.
can we dive into that?
Yeah, let's dive into that because I'm all about a local travel moment. Okay. And, you know, so I'm always like going, even out here, which is different because actually, I'm a small town now. I'm in a rural area. I think our population, I don't know, it's like in the high 20,000s.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know. It's so
Do you
cute.
have do you
It's so
have
cute.
traffic? Like, rush hour traffic? Is there such a thing?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. And I do not miss that at all. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what I did. Okay, so
Tell me the truth.
last Saturday, last Friday. Okay, I was driving into LA, which for me to drive into downtown LA at the pace that I drive is probably maybe about 2 hours 15 minutes. So it's not long. And it's a nice drive until I get to LA County. And then that's when it becomes a shit show. Like before that, it's great at coming from where I'm at the first half. So not all the time, but during certain times. So anyway, on the way, and then I had to go to the airport. I had some errands to run. Let me tell you the 3 errands I ran in 15 minutes out here. You wouldn't have had time to do nothing. You'd have just been stuck in LA. Okay. I went to UPS and
Uh-huh.
shipped a package. I went to the library to return a book, and I picked up some face cotton pads all in 15 minutes because that's what you could do out here.
Listen, I'm
So,
not trying to one up you. I'm not trying to one up you, but I'm just saying I too can get to UPS
yeah,
and
you can.
CPS and the library where I live in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is
Yeah.
traffic gridlock. So I think it's also what's in close proximity to where you live, because I am here for a walkable city. If
Well,
I'm going to
yep.
live in a city or a walkable area where I can get to things really quickly, because I'm not about that traffic life anymore.
Girl, no. And true that, because living in New York, and it's especially depending on where you live, you can do those things in walkable moments. But
Yeah.
so I was thinking about, yeah, people who are more like have to get in their cars, and if you live in the big cities and be dealing with all that. So speaking of walking, okay, walking. See, I'm kind of I'm skipping around because I know we were about to talk about little travel by badge for this walking moment. Because even locally or not locally, you all know walking is one of my favorite things to do. And that is truly how I get to know a place in a city. So whenever
Right.
I travel, right, you gotta walk, girl. So
I think it helps too tight. I don't mean to cut you off. I think it helps just with the sound. We're working this all out, y'all, live in front of you. But I can hear you better when you lean in and there's less interruption. So you see how I'm leaning in? I know.
okay, I'm leaning.
Lean, girl, lean. Don't lean back, but lean in. Lean in.
What is going on here? Lean in, lean in. Yeah, y'all. So I actually have a little microphone thing that StreamYard says is connected, and it's not. It just worked with Zoom. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm gonna lean in. You're gonna see my forehead. This kind of
Look,
cute.
I am like all face, but I'm leaning in with you. So you're not on this boat alone.
Okay. So so we talked about walking.
Yeah.
Yes. First thing I do when I get to a place, I will literally spend, I mean, like a full-time traditional work day, like 8 hours, my first day there, just walking, literally
Oh
walking.
wow. 8 hours?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I've done that
so
all day.
if you were to do a staycation in your area, you live in the desert, you said your population is about 20,000. What would a staycation look and feel like for you? Help
Mm-hmm.
paint that picture for our audience.
I'm sorry, we're like 28,000. Okay.
Oh, 8,000 more. Okay, my bad.
So and we have 29 Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley all together would be like an 80. So people kind of lump it together as the basin. I'm just saying. Um, but
Okay.
anyway, so yeah, a staycation could look like for me. So obviously, I live here, but I have a space here. But I have, not particularly in this place, but in other places I've lived, I've gotten a hotel room for the weekend. Like even if it's just, within my city or maybe like an hour away where people usually like, oh, I'm just gonna go home. Because that's a whole nother vibe. And especially, getting a place that has all the amenities I like, and I'm really wanting to enjoy those amenities. Maybe they have a nice lounge. I just want to be feeling sexy on vacation. But it's a total different vibe to be in the place where you live, but staying in a hotel like you don't live there.
Yes.
Right?
I so love that. And I think what I would like to encourage people, because oftentimes Sekou talks about this a lot on his show, and the more I hear it, the more I catch myself and I reframe from saying I can't afford. And I typically don't live in that space, but sometimes, I'll catch myself before I say it. I'm already thinking it. And I'm like, whoa, no, how can I? And so I think what I would like to encourage people is to also refrain from that way of thinking and believing. And instead of saying, I can't afford to get an Airbnb in my city or an adjacent city, because for me, like one of my staycation goals is to stay in upstate New York. That's and I at this Anna I'm a mess the name up.
I
Thank
know
you, Anna Rand. Girl, help me, Anna Randolph.
No, no, I was just sit back like this, I'm like,
No, don't be that way, Black friend. Don't be
sit
that
back,
way. Place, I want to do a staycation there. You are not nice, Tonya Jones. I also, though, I want to do a staycation in Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn in the house.
Oh, I got an itinerary. It's hard to do that. That I can.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, you my go-to girl. You my go-to girl. And so I want for people to really be mindful of when that way of thinking pops into your mind, because it happens. Like, trust the process. We're all on the journey, and to not expect perfection, but really and truly, instead of saying, oh, I can't afford, because oftentimes we don't even know how much things cost, and we start there. Instead of starting there, start with, how can I, let me go in, let me go online, let me pick up the phone and make a call and set the wheels in motion. Like that, for me, I'm already on vacation as soon as I start thinking that way, right? And I know you can relate to this. Like, you already start getting that yummy, bubbly, tingly feeling, like, oh, I'm about to be off. Just off.
That tingling feeling.
Yes, that only a vacation, staycation, traveling. I get a lot of tingly feelings, but the one that corresponds with traveling, it's very specific. It's so specific, and it feels the same no matter where I travel. It's all in the preparation, and whether it's a year out, 2 years out, or 2 months, right?
Girl, no. Once I start not even know, like, I don't know why, because I was thinking yes. I was like, girl, no, yes. See, that's what happened. When the brains start like going in a different direction, we supposed to think. I'm just gonna blame it on middle age. Anyway, so
You're so young. I mean, you're so young. At least you're
girl,
so young. There's no middle age. I don't see any middle age.
thank you, girl, because that's the plan.
Okay,
You know,
and it's working.
thank you, girl. We've been putting some effort into this, okay?
Okay, it's all those walks. You and Rev Melissa, have that in common. She loves to walk.
Girl, I love talk. But yes, I agree. Because once I start planning something, I can feel it in my body. Just the anticipation that I'm going somewhere, and in my chest.
Yes.
I'm about to be out.
And nothing can like upset you. Like, no matter what is happening in life, you're so focused on, even though you're still living in the present, you're still being present. However, you're already there in that place. I live for that. I totally live for that. So, Too Tight, you just came back from a trip.
Yes.
Right. So tell us, because I wanted to experience it with the audience live. Tell us about your trip, where you went, for how long, what you did, just everything.
I will. So, and I'm starting to hear a little bit of echo here. Do you hear that?
You said a little echo.
Yeah.
For me, it lessened when I turned my volume down. So, because I have my speakers on, so what I did was turn my volume down. It sounds good. It sounds better for me.
Okay. Okay, good. I did turn that down. Okay. So
because we come from theater, so we know how to use our theater voice.
Projection. All right. You know what? StreamYard got a lot of things going on. So anyway, yes, I did just come back from a trip. The place that I came back from, it's in El Pescadero, which is a part of Baja, the southern part of Baja. It's about an hour north from Cabo, maybe 20 minutes from Todos Santos. Love that area. And I actually, a couple years ago, did a road trip all the way from LA all the way down to the bottom of that peninsula. It's about 20 something hours, and stop all these places in between. And we can have a to be continued about that region on another on the road with B&T, because I talk more about
Yes.
that region and photos and stuff. But I
Okay.
love I love that area.
Yeah.
So this place was called the Modern Elder Academy, and it's for people in midlife and beyond. And gosh, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. You know, talking about some life transitions and just some things that's going on. But it is not doom and gloom, and it's very joyful. Like there was a lot of deep heart connection, and sharing and dialogue, and you know me, I'm not really into the groups. I'm not into the groups.
You
Um,
okay? I
mm-mm.
want to just back up a little bit. You did you say it's called the
Elder
mo-
Academy.
the Modern Elder Academy? You know that doesn't
Mhm.
sound like you. If we were on a game show and someone said June 2024, Tonya Jones took a trip
Mhm.
to the Modern Elder Academy. False or true? I'd be like, false. Right.
Mhm.
I love this.
Mhm.
I'm so
Yeah.
fascinated. Okay. Modern Elder Academy. And
Okay. Is
was it a
so it
retreat?
So yeah, so they have it's not a retreat in the sense of like the retreats that your people or you people I know are used to me going on, which are usually meditation, silence.
Yeah.
You know. So it's not that. It's actually more of a workshop vibe. You want to call it like a week long kind of workshop vibe. There's also time for play. There's some downtime, but it's definitely not in silence. There's actually so there are different facilitators every week, and basically, you know, what they're doing or what their specialty, their expertise, whatever it is, you know, that they do, like they weave it into the curriculum that's already there as well. So there's a set
Okay.
baseline curriculum, and then people weave in things, and yeah, it's all about like just we were talking about recently that midlife assessment.
Yes. Yes.
Assessment, but you know, I'm always about there ain't no crisis. You know,
Yes.
but there's really an ongoing assessment for me, and
Mm,
you know, so it's having some time, and especially with peers, you know, to really kind of dive in, and also again something that's come up in our conversations. You know, what am I holding on to that is not serving me?
mm,
What can this next chapter look like? And you know, just looking at creative ways to you know, explore those things. So it's
yeah.
really just it's really beautiful. But last week, in particular, it was the week for the Black folks. So it was the Black
I'm
MEA
sorry. It was the what'd you say? It was the what?
the week for the Black folks. I know. Then I was like, "Oh, Juneteenth. I see y'all trying to lead into Juneteenth with this. All
Stop
right,
it.
right,
Is
on
it?
brand."
I saw I saw a couple photos, and again, I intentionally did not want to know anything because I saw
Hmm.
a video and I put it on mute because I watched it honestly about 7 times, and I said, is that Tonya? Tonya, I didn't even recognize you. And I said, I don't even know what she's saying because I don't recognize her body language, but I loved it. I loved it so much. I watched it 7 times. Is it unisex? That's my first question. Is it unisex?
Yes, yes,
Yes. Okay.
it is unisex. Our cohort, I think, was about 14 people, so it's not like huge, you know.
Yeah, nice and intimate.
Yes, it was nice and intimate. There was
Okay.
enough, you know, it's big enough and small enough, you know, in
Mm,
time. So it gives opportunity to also make personal connections one on
yeah.
one. The space is beautiful. Like the place that they built there was just stunning, like 5-star stunning. Um, you know, there is a scholarship program because I would not have been able to go without assistance. Thank you,
You
MEA.
you
um,
you said there's a what kind of program?
there is a scholarship program. You can apply for a scholarship to
Oh,
attend.
okay.
You do have to get there yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, but if you are awarded a scholarship, then that does cover. It's not a full scholarship; it's a partial
Okay.
scholarship. But it
Okay.
but it made it affordable for me, for and care for other people. So that is there,
Okay.
and
How did
I
you
would say,
find out about it? Like, how did you know that such a place, a thing exists?
yeah. So I did not. And it's funny because like everyone there had at least some degree of separation. Like if they didn't know someone directly or one of the facilitators or Chip Conley, whose vision was and his partners in opening this place, they at least knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, or oh, I met
Mm,
him at a conference. They said this, or some people, a lot of deep roots in the Bay Area, especially
okay.
people who are really doing some things in the community. And then, funny enough, some Massachusetts people. But it was awesome connection. I was the only person that was like, "Yeah, I was on the website," and I just kept like, like just random. So I found the website because I was on someone else's website and like looking at their upcoming like events. I was just kind of like playing around, and then
Yeah.
I saw that they were doing something at this place, the Modern Elder Academy. I never heard of it. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, just the name alone. So
Yeah.
I went to that website just like curious, kind of like, oh, what y'all doing over here? And I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, okay. And then, like I said, I also love that area of Baja. So I was like, even if I go and it's kind of like, I was like, well, I mean, look at this beautiful place. And I love this area and it's right on the beach. So that's going to be a win. Whatever this workshop thing turns out to be, that's a win for me, you know. Uh, but it turned out to be really such a cool experience. So yeah, so I was on the website and I thought it was looking cool, and I saw this week, and I also saw that it was all the whole lineup. They added someone else later, the bro, and he was amazing, fantastic, fascist. But initially when I looked on the website, it was 4 Black women elders, maybe looking all like good, and their little picture together and stuff. And I was like, ooh, I like this. So I applied for a scholarship, and like it was a couple months ahead of time, and it worked out. And they got back to me, and I said okay. And I had a number of freedom flyer miles and points and all that stuff. So I used my miles.
Mm.
Just got a flight real quick and went on down.
And you were there this workshop, this, I guess, what would
It
you
was
call
last
it if
week.
it's not a retreat?
I would say it is a retreat, but there are workshops and stuff. I would say it's just not a retreat in the way that people usually associate me being on retreat and just being totally off the grid, unplugged, silent,
Okay.
meditating every
Okay.
night. It wasn't that kind of retreat. But I would call it like retreat
Like a
workshop.
working workshop. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, how long were you there for?
So I was there for a week. Not a full 7 days, but the full, like 5 days, like a 5-day week.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. When I tell you it was fantastic.
What was your biggest takeaway?
And I was gonna you
Oh,
see,
oh,
I had some video life. I got video
take
life.
it away. I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I was like, ooh, do you have any photos and videos that you can share? Because I know you had some on
Yeah.
social.
Let
So
me
what you got?
see. I wanted to just share my screen. Um, Bear with us, StreamYard, because we told y'all. Um,
Why are you threatening?
okay, Google Slides. Oh, okay, not Google Drive. I guess not. Okay. Um, Maybe I'll have just a regular screen share. Here we go. Screen share. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up a video and then I'm going to screen share.
Okay, sounds good. This is exciting because we've never done this before on the Feet King.
I know.
Guess do you hear that? Yeah, I think I have to add it to the stage.
And I'll share what this was in a
Okay.
moment.
Wow,
That
that
was,
was
I'm gonna,
beautiful.
I'm gonna share. I will share something else, and then let you know what that is. Okay. So you know what? Sorry, y'all. We still working on all the StreamYard situations. They'll make simple easy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm like, know about this. So yeah, I will start. So yes, one of the things that you can do, you can sign up for is, and it's another way to connect and collaborate is actually baking bread together. So you can sign up pairs, and you get up at like you need to be in the kitchen at 6:45, and you come up with your different bread recipes, and you'll all come together. You and your people, or it might be two pairs. In our case, we had actually 5 people. We did 3 different breads, and you
Mm.
you decide, you make your own recipes, what you want in them, all the things, and then you have to come up with a presentation of presenting your bread. So probably part of the video that you saw was part of the presenting of the bread.
Oh wow, I
Want me to
love that.
So that was like we came up. That was part of our presentation because there was a group that went before us, and one of those people, she kept like talking smack to me after, thinking like, we gonna see what y'all gonna do, this that, and you know me. When somebody like tries to,
Challenges you.
it's on and popping. listen. I am like a 5-year-old. I'm like, oh, you gonna lose. You're gonna lose. So no, so we come together, we got our stuff. So we made sure our presentation was like, yeah. So we started outside, and
Okay.
a lovely sister there with us, like, came up with our chant, which we started there, and it became some movement, and there was a whole procession to the kitchen.
Like a whole production.
Oh yeah, and then we do crossover. We had the spraying because I'm gonna cleanse you. We had the flowers. You stepping over, going in. We had the other homegirl had the her whole situation from the ancestors. This was something, because you know me. Like I said, we gonna win. So
Oh my goodness.
I will share with you another video.
Okay. All right. And then we're gonna close out after this video. And if you have any announcements, you can do that.
Okay.
She said, okay.
That's not on yet. Pause.
Y'all,
And
it's a process, and we're just trusting the process. We are here for the process.
yeah, someone shared this with me that was there, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna share. So there we go. And that's part of the presentation. Oh, that was part of the meeting. You probably know this one.
Yeah, stuffed bread.
Having discussion, video, going.
The beauty, like people gathered in this.
Tonya Jones. That, I mean, ooh, that makes me a little emotional. Tonya,
And that's just a snippet. Like it really was an extraordinary read. It really was.
I mean, when you said bread, I'm thinking, first of all, I've never made bread, by the way. And I'm just thinking bread, but that was like a whole meal that someone was stuffing in the bread. That
Mm-hmm.
Too
It was
Tight
good.
Tony, girl, it looks good. So Too Tight Tony Jones, share with folks how they can, I don't like to say follow, but how they can connect with you and benefit by who you are and what you do, and how you can benefit by who they are and what they do, and be a blessing to both. It's a win-win, right?
That is beautiful. So you can find me at the Radical Breath. Now let me just prepare you that how are you making that face? I'm just starting to get into my flow of sharing and posting things more. Um, I'm gonna give Fee King credit here. She's been massaging me for a long time because it's
Years.
just not my why you gotta say that. But it's just not my natural. It does not come natural to me. Like when I'm doing a thing, I'm using a thing. I hardly think about like stopping. Like, oh, post a thing, do a thing, or even after. So, but I'm starting to condition my brain more to share, and I know that people always tell me they're interested in things. So you can follow me at the Radical Breath. It's coming. It's a slow build, but
Yes.
we're in progress.
And you can also catch her here with me every Friday, unless she's somewhere, in the world, because she does travel a lot. And we're here to encourage you, God willing, to inspire you, and also to equip and then remind you of why you came here, which is to have an experience, whether that experience is in your own backyard or that experience is in Mexico, Europe, Africa, wherever that is, it is all possible. And so I lovingly remind you that it is about how can I versus I can't afford that. How can I? How can I? How can I?
Oh,
We've done it before. Right? Just go. Just go. Plan it and go. And thank you for being here. Thank you so much to Titonia Jones for saying yes. This is the Fee King Show. It's all about who are you? What do you do? What's your why? How in the world are you keeping it all together? I.e., what is your self-care modality? I am Fee King, your local fitness go-to girl, your hostess with the mostest, and she is
Too Tight Tony Jones at the Radical Breath. And I got on my Miss Pac-Man shirt today. Don't play. Because I'm a Miss Pac-Man champion as well. And
you what?
I'm a Miss Pac-Man champion as well.
Says who, Tony? Miss
Oh, you will see me on the high scoreboard at the arcade. No, seriously, it's not a game. And I mean, if you got time, I got one more thing I could show you just to back this up. This is just a photo.
Did you say? Did you just say this is not a game?
Oh, this is not a game.
I told y'all she's competitive.
This is not a game, and I'm just
share your little photo.
Okay. Why are you being a hater though?
Look, why my photo gotta be look, girl? Share your little photo.
Oh, y'all see how she is? Okay, but listen, you can appreciate taking the extra 30 seconds for this. Okay, you are gonna do this.
Hurry.
Let me show you something.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You do that. I'm gonna get my fan.
Oh my God. What is y'all getting on my nerves? Okay. So here we go. I'm about to share the screen. Why is it doing this, speaking? Why is it doing this?
Because maybe someone got your score and you're no longer the. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm thinking maybe they're like trying to save.
Okay, so this I'm gonna just do right here.
We see you.
You see this picture? This is what I'm going to show you, the big one. Did you see this picture?
Yes. So you and your
So
dad.
that's me back in the day on Miss Pac-Man. You see the awe and focus on my father's face while he's watching me, and you see my focus. You see when the lips are out. You know what's happening. You know
Looking like
what's
Chandler.
happening.
Looking
Not
like
playing
Chandler.
around.
Oh my
Fascinated.
goodness.
Fascinated.
All right,
Just
Too Tight.
fascinated.
You get some Miss Pac-Man props. Okay. Thank you for sharing. We will see y'all next Friday, God willing, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 12 noon. We bid you light, love, peace, prosperity, possibility, positivity, not just for today or the weekend or the rest of 2023, but for your entire life condition. We out. Bye.